Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Freedom of Speech on the Dime with your girl, Pleasure Time. I know it's been a while, but we are trying to get everything settled back down. As everybody know, we are going into football season. Today is August the 28th, 2024, and we are actually live here. All my compadres who would normally do the podcast with me are either sleeping before work or at work right now. I do have some other guests who will actually be joining us further on into the season. I'm hoping to get a pre-interview with another guest. I won't mention any names right now, but like I said, I am trying to get trying to get a little interview with someone else in regards to how they see the football season, in their world of sports entertainment. Anyway, so today I actually wanted to come and talk to you guys about some of the things that we say that we really don't mean. And there's so many other things that we can actually say or choices of words that we can use, but because it's become the norm to say and do these things, we've grown accustomed, and a lot of times we find ourselves lying to people, and we really should set better expectations. So, a lot of these things that we're going to talk about can also play on a person's mental health and things of that nature too, especially if someone is already down in the dumps. I already feel that they're you know, at the world's end and felt that something you told them 20, 30, 40 years ago, you know, just saying, I've had these situations in case, of course, I'm not even 40 yet. So, but I've had some stuff that I've told people and 10, 20 years old, and, life changes, time changes, they've changed, I've changed, and they are still holding on to some things that they should have really just moved on from. So, I do really try to watch what I tell people because I don't need someone coming, 20, 30 years down the line. You said blah, 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 blah to me. So I really do try to watch what I tell people because I don't want to lie to anyone. Life happens, people part ways. People who you thought were your friends really weren't your friends. Family members, just because your blood doesn't mean that it's somebody you're going to be talking to forever or someone that is going to be in your corner or something like that. Like I said, the family that you create, whether it's a combination of the family that you couldn't choose for yourself, but the family that you choose for yourself is way more important than the family that you was born in. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. The family that you create, the people that you circle yourself around. Now, I'm not saying that your blood family is worthless. What I'm saying is 9 times out of 10, you're going to spend more time with those other people that you create. Now, this circle can still, include family members. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a lot of first cousins that I see as siblings, and you know what I mean, that talk probably more than me and some of my biological siblings, or me and my adopted siblings. But either way, and that's neither here nor there. But like some of the things that we tell people is like, for instance, like I'm fine. Like me personally, I understand why a lot of us tell people I'm fine, even if we know that we're gonna break down at any moment. Excuse me. Whew, I need to get something to drink. But anyway, so yeah, so that's one of those things that we tell people, hey, I'm fine. But it is not so much as that, it's because we typically want to shield ourselves from any form of judgment, or anything like that if we care to make ourselves vulnerable to open up to someone. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, not everyone has your best intentions at heart. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will take information that you provided in your vulnerable state of thinking that you're actually allowing a friend to hear you out, or it could be a family member, but whoever to hear you out, just to find out that they've either twisted or manipulated what you said, or they're intentionally using that, against you, instead of trying to find some type of, situation or solution, or just take it for what it was, someone just needing a vent. Now, some vents may actually lead to someone actually seeking help, but not all vents are actually needing of a solution. Sometimes people just need to get stuff off their chest. You know what I mean? And it's okay to have someone, and well, it's great to have someone to be able to, release that on. But I do understand why so many people keep their feelings and emotions, because who wants it to be an interrogation? Who wants to say, "Oh, you felt like that? I didn't know you felt like that." Oh, so no one told you to feel like that. You just had to feel like that. Almost like you're wrong for how you feel. I don't want anyone to feel that you're wrong for how you feel or how someone makes you feel. Because if you can't actually have a dialogue with someone to express your feelings to them, then you may have something deeper than a communication problem. So, with that being said, the I'm fine, if someone truly cared, they may ask a little bit more questions. Now, don't get it twisted from somebody who's being nosy too, because believe it or not, a lot of nosy people can read people. They can read your body language. And if you truly are someone who's readable and don't know how to hide your emotions, and you wear them, then yeah, everyone is going to constantly ask you. People that genuinely care is going to constantly ask you, and people who are just being nosy is going to constantly ask you. Okay, so let's just keep those things in mind, that you need to give yourself a prep talk. You either need to let it go or see if you can come to some type of resolution. But those aren't things that you want to continue to carry around, because sickness starts in the mind. Okay. And you definitely want to keep your mind healed, okay? Because once your mind starts to deteriorate, and it's going to start taking out the other parts of your body, you know? So, another one of those phrases is, let's keep in touch. Honestly, I'm not someone that's going to really blow you up 24/7. That's just not me. That doesn't mean I haven't thought about you. Doesn't mean that I don't care about you. All that just simply means is, hey, periodically, I would like for us to check on each other, see how we're doing, and if we can meet up occasionally, every blue moon. I know you have a life, I have a life, you may have a family, you may work a tight schedule, like what all these things are. But my whole thing is, a lot of us are really consumed by technology. So you have your phone, you have your social media and different things like that. And I'm not gonna lie, without social media, a lot of people, it's not so much as I would forget about them, because that wouldn't actually be the case, but a lot of people, you would actually forget that you even knew these people, because it's not someone you're actually thinking about. But because of social media allows you to kind of see your friends and see kind of what they're doing, whether they're having kids and different stuff like that. But a lot of these platforms are turning away from what they used to be, till we're not even going to get into that. But anyway, it gives you a way to be able to keep in touch with people. But the sad part is, you'll see people posting constantly on different stuff, and you reached out to them, whether it be by post or, by direct message, just checking up on them. And I guess people are so set in their ways, that they're so accustomed to people wanting something from them, that they don't understand that a lot of people really just reach out to check on you. I'm gonna be honest with you. You might have went across my mind, my spirit like that, and I might not reach out like that. But if you constantly go across my mind, I think it's something else there. I think it's something deeper. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out. You know, I'm not one of the ones that I'm not going to be the one that says I told you so, even if it was something that we previously talked about, because there's no need to beat you up with something that you found out the hard way. You know what I'm saying? That's pointless. So I'm not going to be the one that say, I told you so. Or, you know what I'm saying? I need to kind of see where your mind is right now with the situation so I can see what I need to say as a friend to either motivate you or let you know that it's truly going to be all right. It's not like this is a situation or something that you've endured that you just simply can't overcome or you simply can't move forward from because you're still here. So, with that being said, I do think that people should be a little bit more lenient in the telling people that they're going to keep in touch because it really is nothing to send a message, but don't send a message if you really don't care. Because the last thing I want if someone say, "Hey, how you doing? I just wanted to check on you, see how you was doing," and you be the only person that reached out when that person was just wanting somebody and they respond just for you to quit the conversation or never say nothing else to them again. Like you probably was that outlet. I definitely don't want to pick up the paper or scroll through Facebook and found out that I was the last person someone contacted and I could have might have, could have, should have, could have, would have. I mean, I understand how other people hold grief and regrets and stuff like that, but I'm just saying that's is not a situation that you really know how you would feel until you were actually presented with that situation. But what I'm saying is I don't want to ever be presented with that situation. So if I have the opportunity to respond back, even if I'm letting someone know, hey, I'm busy or, I just wanted to, reach out to you. That's still showing that you care. You took enough time to actually reach out. But what I want to tell you is about those people who reach out. Stop just reaching out when you want something or when you're calling for bad news or stuff like that, because that's what you have those people associate you with. So when they see your phone number come up, they're going to associate with, oh, she's just calling to talk about herself, or oh, he's just calling to talk about himself. Oh, he must be bored, or oh, she must be bored, or oh, he must be horny, oh, she must be horny, or she must need a bill paid, or she must be short on something. You see what I mean? All these different scenarios. We're supposed to be keeping in touch with people, but we we've grown to all these negative attachments when people call or seek us because you only seek us when you need something. And heaven forbids that the shoe is on the other foot, because let's be real, we all have those friends that we know that they ain't gonna never be able to do nothing for us unless they really turn some stuff around. But it doesn't keep us from loving them any less or anything like that. Those are just people that we know, hey, if I was a little short, I couldn't call you to get no money. I couldn't call you to do something if I needed a meal or something like that. I couldn't call you to get a meal. If I just needed to pass through and take a shower, you know what I'm saying, and keep on moving because I was passing through your area of travel. I couldn't call you to do that. We know who those people are. We know who our family members are. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like I said, that's another thing that we talk about, the keep in touch. The I call you later. I call you later just simply means that. I know a lot of people be like, when someone tell you I'll call you later, and then they expecting that you're gonna call later on, or when you say I'm gonna call you right back, that don't necessarily mean that I'm going to turn around and call you. Now, sometimes it actually may work out like that. But once again, we will go back over and say that we all have lives to live. And there may be something that may have come up as to why that person wasn't able to call you back, or maybe they just told you that because they just really wanted to get you off the phone. Now, if you seem to have that where that's told to you by several people, either for one, you ain't talking about nothing, you always calling with negativity, or you're always begging for something. Or you could be one of them holier than thou folks. That's what we like to call it. The women and men of the cloth who knowing good and well they ain't doing what they supposed to be doing in every aspect of life, knowing good and well that everyone sins daily, but yet they will continue to chastise you and call you out on yours. Yes, on yours. Yeah. Ain't no sense of you being mad at them folks doing what they supposed to do. And I said you be mad with them. You can do two reasons. You can listen to them or you can ignore them. But why you ignoring, especially if someone is telling you the truth? I'm gonna tell you why you ignoring them. Remember, it's always a warning before destruction. And the crazy part is you don't know who your warning is coming from. You just know you're gonna get one. So, um, when you tell people no worries, it was nice to see you. Those are all different things that people can actually take the wrong. It is nice to see some people. I'm not gonna lie. It is really nice to see some people. It's some people that you be wondering how they're doing, regardless of what you may have shared or however y'all became friends or associates, acquaintances, whatever. It is really nice to see some people. And some people you just want to know how they doing, but you could kind of go without, you know. So I know. I get it. You know. Another thing that I don't do and I think that people should not do is give compliments for stuff you really don't mean. Like, for example, an outfit. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I done walked in the room and I done saw you and all of that, and I see your confidence is radiant and all of that, I'm like, oh, okay, look at you, looking cute and stuff and all that. I'm only gonna tell you that if I really think you look cute. Otherwise, I'm not gonna say anything that's gonna hurt your feelings, especially if I feel that, you up here feeling yourself. If I feel that, the outfit really don't fit you, I may ask you, um, I thought you had two or three outfits. That was my nice way of saying that I really don't care for your outfit. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you just being a hater." No, sometimes y'all need friends like me to tell you, "Hey, that's just a little bit too much." I really think that, maybe you should try another outfit. Now, for you to say, "Oh, you ain't never," yes, you think I haven't dressed provocative and stuff like that? Yes, but there's still a limit to the imagination. You know what I'm saying? I literally seen folks come out in straight lingerie. Just that's it. With some heels on, so everything's showing. You know what I'm saying? I done seen one child come out in just stockings. It was just a body stocking. And I just wish that her friend, but see, all her friends were cool with it because they was all kind of dressed the same way. So but I'm the friend that's gonna say so. And I would hope that, if I was wearing something that really didn't mesh with me or, for whatever reason, you would say, because all my friends know that I'm gonna still do what I want at the end of the day. And those is really the type of friends that I got too. So regardless of what I said about the outfit, if they really feel that they doing the damn thing or whatever, they still gonna wear it. You see what I mean? Because that's their self-confidence. I'm not wearing their self-confidence. But once they done made up their mind, me as a friend is not to simply keep excuse me, how do I actually say that? Antagonizing them about their decisions, because that's not what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what she wanted to do. That's what she wanted to do. Now, I've had some friends that I've discontinued to go out with because of, some of the things they wear or they do or they say or the different crowds that they may, associate with. But that's my choice. And I'm entitled to have that choice because you can realize that if you're going to have a friend, there's not just your friend. So you can have a friend that you don't go everywhere with, you don't tell everything to. I mean, you'd be stupid to have one friend that you share everything with, but that to each is if that person ain't Jesus anyway. So, anyways, it's just not something that's really the norm. You normally, I mean, I'm not saying this is secrets. What I'm saying is we know our friends. We know the different things that they're going through. Like for example, you got one friend that you know can get down on the grill, and you got another friend that can fry up anything. And then you got another one that's a baker. And then you got another one that you know that can't cook nothing. Don't send her grocery shopping, don't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You might as well put the order in for her. So that's what I mean by we definitely wouldn't send her to the store for an ingredient knowing good and well that she's just gonna pick up anything or she ain't really gonna look for it. And we definitely wouldn't have her cook nothing when we know she can't cook. You see what I mean? That's what I mean by we have the different friends and the people that, we associate, we tell different stuff to. I'm not saying there's no secret. That's just what I'm saying. Let's see. Another one's pet peeve is I'm listening or yeah, I'm listening one is another one because typically if someone asks you if you're listening, they really don't think that they got your full attention, you know. Or maybe you're just not responding to the way that they're looking for you to respond. But what people need to realize is that everyone is not going to give you the response you're looking for. They're going to give you their response and how they feel about the matter. Maybe it's something that they really haven't actually thought about, or maybe not even pondered on before now, so, or maybe it's something that they don't feel needs an answer, or they feel that it's something that they want to think about before they run into any decisions. So a lot of times communications get nowhere because we don't respect communication. And a lot of times it's kind of like one-sided. We got one person telling you how to feel and the other one's just okay. Well, I didn't realize you feel like that. Well, you only feel like that. No one told you to feel like that. So you definitely don't want to have those type of conversations. And if you see that those are the conversations that you tend to have, you can do two things. You can choose not to have conversation and do what you do, or you can see this person is never going to change. You can accept it and stay, or you can move on with your life and see if you can find somebody else better to accommodate you. So it's not like you don't have options. I don't want anyone to ever think that it's only one or two options. It's normally several options that you can actually try. But the whole thing is don't say you tried if you really haven't tried. Um the bitter people, the ones that say that I'm happy for you. If I told you I'm happy for you, I'm genuinely happy for you because I'm not trying to live in anyone else's shadow. I'm not trying to live under anyone else's fame or anything like that. Like I'm not trying to be around you just because I think you got money or you're successful or you may open up some door for me. Like you're not God. So that's just not me. I'm not trying to, yeah, that biggest one is really trying to live off somebody else's name because you'll have a lot of people be like, oh, yo, I'm blah, 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 and you don't know who my folks is and that. I say, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I just want me for me. You know what I'm saying? I want you to either know me for me, love me for me, or just leave me for me. Telling people that you don't understand or telling people you understand when you really don't understand. But one of my biggest ones is telling people you don't mind or it's no big deal when you feel some type of way. Yeah, so I don't do that because if you mind, then you're really not doing it from the heart. And so I would prefer people don't do things for me because I don't want to do things for people if I mind. If I really mind, I'm probably gonna tell you. Yeah, I mind. or I can't do that right now, or that's not gonna work for me. That's my way of telling you that I mind, without saying I mind. So, another thing is telling people you're gonna spend time with them, and it's not something that you're actually going to do or looking forward to do or remotely even thinking about doing. Um, I think that we should stop sugarcoating stuff to people and just tell people how you feel or how they make you feel, you know. In certain instances, there's a lot of chapters of, friendships, associateships that I had to close just to let people know, it's never gonna be you. I don't mean it in no nasty way, but I just not gonna be you. So a lot of people I wish them well, and it's not. So like I tell a lot of people that that's one of the biggest things. Don't tell people that you don't mind or you want something that you don't. I think you should really be very specific in the things that you ask for, no matter what it is. You know, you keep telling people you want a chocolate cake and somebody bring you a chocolate cake and it got white icing on it. And then you all pissed off because you wanted a chocolate on chocolate cake, but all they ever heard you say is you wanted a chocolate cake. That's what I mean by that. You need to be specific in your details. Stop just asking for a good man. Stop just asking for a good woman. Because what is your expectations of good? Are you validating these based off whose norm? Or society? Yours? With you? Because we all know we all think differently. Because anybody who thinks that, a woman or a man is a possession or a kid is, a possession or, a way, a means of trying to create balance to something. I've also realized that you really shouldn't try to start a family with people who really don't want kids because the last thing you want is for that child to be mistreated or some tragedy to happen to that child, you know, because of your inability to see that that's not what that person wanted. So, like I said, people, you do have options. But watch what you tell people. Watch what you say to people. Definitely watch how you treat people because you never know. You don't know. So don't say, unless these people are already gone. But remember, you don't know the time and date of yours either. So you should really watch what you say, how you treat people. I know I've let it rip on some people in my past, and if you seeing this now, I want to say I apologize because I don't remember a lot of y'all by name, but I know a lot of y'all have been burnt down like a fraction, through my ruthless words in some way or another, somewhere in my past. So, and I'm not saying that I still won't cuss you out today. So I just that's not something that I'm saying. I'm saying that 9 times out of 10, whatever I told you, it probably was warranted at the time. Yes, of course, I could have said it in a different way, but chose not to because whatever point I was trying to get out at that time. So that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I'm gonna also let you know that I ain't lost no sleep over none of them. Not saying that I'm not saying that I should have lost any sleep over it, but I'm letting you know that typically I think about what I done said or what I'm gonna say, and I do try not to talk out of my feelings a lot of time and actually, you know, um, either write down or cool down before I say something. But there are times, and there have been several times well, I cannot deny that I have totally blown my top. And it does take a lot. Like it has to be like a lot going on. It can't just be like it typically is not just like one scenario or one situation. So it's normally several things that are going on before that fuse is ignited to the point that, yeah, I'm just not gonna take it anymore. So that's all I'm saying. That ain't nothing wrong with talking to somebody about how you feel. If you feel that you can't talk to a family member or something, I don't want anyone to make you think that you're crazy because you seek help for your mental health. Okay? So whether it's to a higher power or you're talking to a therapist or you go to a group, don't let nobody think you're crazy because it's not something that they would do. That's not writing you off as crazy because if you don't take time for you, who will? I just want to thank everyone for joining me. Another episode of Freedom of Speech on the Dial with your girl. Pleasure time. So until next time, you guys, be safe out there. Bye bye.